Oh man. Hello,
Okay.
everybody. We're talking cats, and she's petting her. Ladies and gentlemen, it's the Jason Spotlights, and I'm saying whatever I want because it's Father's Day, I guess, or whatever. Hi, welcome to Jason Spotlight, your number one show on this network. You guys like us for some reason. And now I have to apologize because I have been going through a rough time this last week, so I lost my stepdad. I think I may have said today we're coming on at 2. I think I posted yesterday, it says 2 p.m. It's actually 1. So if you missed it, it's all my fault. Yell at me later. I'm sorry, I was going through a death. But you can watch it now. I'm sorry if I did that. I think I caught it this morning going. I think I caught it. I think I said 2 o'clock by accident at 1 o'clock. But oh well, I can't do anything about that now. It's about life. I'm setting this up so I can actually see both at the same time. So yes, we're on a little early. You can yell at me later. Okay. Well, welcome to the show. We just did the Bold and Beautiful Y&R crossover special. Me and Tammy Govea. We had a lot to talk about on both shows. A lot to talk about. Yes, more Michelle Stafford, please. Where is she?
Yeah.
We love it. Just like this story. She used to help us.
And less Tara. I'm with you.
We talked about all of that on Tara and how what's going to happen with her next week. She's like becoming a bitch, apparently. Not as innocent as we thought she was. But anyway, so you can watch that. And that's out now. It's on audio and video. You can watch it, listen to it, any streaming platform. Yeah. Dish and Days, our buddies Tony Moore, Justin Lee Harold, and Araceli, I don't know what her last name is. They are on at 3 p.m. on their channel, Dish and Days. Go ahead and check them out over there. And tonight at 9 p.m., it's myself and my friends, the Silversteins, on my Extra Connection show. We're talking about life, art, and life. That's at 9 p.m. live. Lacretia has a show with Darrell Anthony, I believe, in soaps. You guys had an episode that came out this week too. I think I saw that, right?
Oh yeah, and it's actually our last episode, at least, for the time being, because life finds a way. so yeah, we're branching out and doing other things. This will be my one soap thing I'll be doing for a while. So you'll still probably see me at GH Mini, but Believe in Soaps is off for now.
Okay, well, we love having you here, of course. We love you come on here. Yeah. Frank, I think Frank may have mixed up time. I said 1 o'clock, so I don't know what's going on with him. He's a father too, so maybe he's doing something, I don't know. But maybe he'll pop in as we do this. But we hopefully he'll come on. But if he doesn't, wish him well, of course. It's also Pride Month. I've been out since 1980-something. Just wearing a proud hat. People should be able to who they are and want to be what they are. It doesn't matter. We support the LGBTQIA+ community. We just do. Lacretia's an ally. I'm one of them. We just let everybody be who they need to be. Don't leave it alone, folks. We should be able to live not in fear of being who we are. Like I said, Father's Day to all you fathers. Dedicate this show to my stepdad, Larry, who passed away earlier this week. It's really weird because I want to call him and usually we talk shit to each other, and then we tell we love each other. He thought that me doing this was crazy. The last thing we talked about last week was me on Jimmy Kimmel. It was like, you gained weight. I'm like, yes, I did.
It's the pandemic, man.
I gained the COVID-70 or whatever. But we had a good laugh over that, and he was very proud of me, and so I just want to give a shout out to him. And he's probably with my brother Max. They're probably sitting down there talking, being shady, probably talking about some stuff together, which I wish they were here doing that with me. Okay, so GH. There's so much going on, Lacretia, on this show, behind the scenes, on the scenes. And I wanted to ask you this question, actually, because it pertains to this week and last couple of weeks. Was it a good idea to get rid of two villains at the same time? Because they're both out. Seemingly.
Yeah. Well, and it's one of those things that, because it did feel like a huge lull. Like once it was like Cyrus is gone, Peter is gone, the following week, well, it's still good. I mean, I tell you guys, like, if you have any complaints about GH, just watch Y&R. It really makes GH look so much better by comparison, except for the few things we'll mention later. But yeah, it's like, it did feel like a lull because the two big villains are gone. And I did feel like that was kind of an odd choice, but it may have been the choice that they Jeff Kober is a very talented actor and he is in demand. So maybe he had to go do something else, or maybe it does feel like we need a villain. Like, what the hell is going on? I mean, Willow's obviously a villain in her own right, like, the other counterpart on Y&R, but yeah, like, we don't get to say that. We need a big bad. We don't need someone who's just awful for being awful.
Real awful. I know. And yeah, because I kind of felt the same. I was just kind of like, okay, well, we got news they're both out.
Yeah.
We still have Peter in a slab somewhere, apparently. If that's true, right? I feel like they're dragging. I'm like, oh my God. It's funny. It's like they know the fans want him gone.
Yeah. So they're giving it to you. Yeah. But how do I say this?
Yes.
I honestly understand their point. Is that certainly with Chris and Dan, they were sort of given this person and they really did try, because at least when he was just bad Peter and we were going down that path, it was palatable. But I will say that, even when Peter's dead, like, and you've got sort of Liz involved with the death and Finn and people who should have. And we got such great performances from Kirsten Storms. If she gets an Emmy out of this, it was all worth it. Sorry, guys. Same thing with Michael Easton and Becky Hurst and how well this was done. But people just won't accept that he's gone and they just keep on. And I'm like, guys, like, let's take that Peter hate energy and just accept the fact, because as far as I know, and I have little birdies that tell me things, he is gone. He is certainly gone for now. But if you don't shut the fuck up, he will be back. Like, because here's the thing. This is how shit works. Do you not understand the Kardashians or anybody in the tabloids? It doesn't matter what you're saying. If you're continuing to say it, then they're going to bring him back. Because it's like, well, people love talking about it. It gets us press. There is no such thing as bad press for some things. And if that's what you all want to talk about, but again, why don't you guys use some of that energy and get rid of Willow? Because Caitlin McMillan deserves better than this freaking character. It's like, just like Alexa Havens and some of the other people that have played annoying characters. Oh my God. I hope you get your Emmy and get a better job. Like Sasha Cal got Supergirl and Lola was annoying because you were a good actress, Sweet Pea, but like Willow is awful and I'm just so over it. I mean, and it's like, why don't we turn our attention, if we're going to be mad, is something that's in our face? Like, Peter's not there. He is dead. But if we don't stop talking about him, bring him back.
That just made my day.
Yeah.
It was over. See you guys next week. That was my day. Like, that is hilarious.
Shut the fuck up.
Right, exactly. It's like, there's so much to unpack there. I agree that.
Yeah.
Oh no, the thing actually I'll go on is the Willow thing. I just care so less about Willow and Michael. It's not even funny.
Oh my God.
If I could care any less,
it's so bad.
I wish I could care less. I can't even care any less. It is so. I'm kind of glad that her and Chase got married, because Chase is not going to die. We all found out that Finn's not the daddy. Thank God he reversed that story. I'm like, thank you, Jesus.
I always felt like that was the case, that Cyrus did it just to dig back at Jackie. Because he heard them talking. There was a whole scene, but that was one of those other times where it was like, guys, you're too busy bitching about other things to really notice this one little bit that they're giving you. But like, this Willow stuff, it's like, how can we continue to write her as the victim when she is not? I mean, in the whole debate between her and Sasha, it's like Sasha a million times over Willow. Like, this whole thing has been so bad. And to me, I don't like characters like this, because just like Babe before her that I mentioned on All My Children, and like Tara Locke is sort of in that way on Y&R, the difference is, like, you have great actresses on the ABC soaps. And it's just like, they're really good. They're so much better than this material. And this material is like, I am just going to be a whiny victim the whole time. And she's all about a man, but no one's ever, when Peter tried that crap, Robert was always there to slap it down. Somebody's always there to slap it down, but everybody pushes Willow up and acts like she's the good person, when it's like, no, everything you've done since the bullying storyline has been the wrong move. And you're still somehow the victim and everything, even though you've basically gotten everything you wanted. You've gotten your cake and you get to eat it too, but you still get to look like the princess, even though what you're doing is wrong and it's bad too, that it doesn't make any sense. So it's like the writing aspect of it is bad, but the character aspect of it is no one cares about this character, right? Like,
Yeah, it's so weird. It's funny you say it, Lacretia. I was thinking this when I was watching. I go, so now Willow's doing another lie.
and still he's like, oh, I'm doing it because I'm the better person.
See, like Michael Stevens said, it's like, so you're gonna do the, we already did. He goes, I know it's not like a hypocrite because we did the other thing, but it's like, but he actually kind of brought it up. Like, this is kind of weird. You already did something like that, but then now, I mean, it's just, oh my goodness. It's like, right. So she's the good girl still, but now it's the second time she's done something wrong. It's like
really everything she's done has been the wrong choice. I mean, but we're supposed to think of her as the, the hero or heroine in this story, when it's like you can't be the victim and the heroine and also the person who just continues to make the wrong choice over and over and over again. And it is malicious to a point. Like, you know what you're doing. And it's like we had to make it official. I mean, here's the thing is you could have done a pretend wedding like Luke did with Laura when they woke her up for the anniversary and they did that. I mean, but no, we're going to really go through with it. Like the whole thing, none of it made any sense. It's like, okay, if we want to make his last days, like, okay, if Chase is really dying and he's in love with Willow and but every time it's like, oh, I was going to tell him, but yeah, I get the dude's dying and nobody wants to tell him the truth. But did we have to really go through this whole freaking thing? I mean, thank God for Violet, because I mean, she's just, that child is so adorable. She'll make any scene palatable. But it was just like, why are we doing this? Because it's lame drama for the same group. And thank God Sasha's off having Brando's baby over there looking fabulous.
She does. She's not part of that storyline. She's been extricated out. Mm-hmm. She's her own little storyline. Thank you. But I'm looking, I'm like, Carly. Carly. I mean, Jason looking at her like, like, bitch, I'm back. So I'm going to take over and I'm going to handle this myself. She's kind of accepted Sasha because Sasha helped them out. So she's like, okay, Sasha and Brando, you guys did good. She's fine. But Britt, she's looking at Britt like, yeah, I know you're back and all, but you and Jason. And Britt was like, and we're doing great. I mean, like, she's smiling and she's like, so I'm like, so I'm going to ask you this question. Someone said, Carly, and is Carly trying to go after Jason finally, like get her man?
Well, I know a little much, like, from what I hear in the grapevine, is that Carly and Jason are going to get married, but I'm guessing it is one of those that it's for the mop. But Carly is that bitch to where it's like, well, Sonny's dead and Jax is still pining over Nina's crazy ass. So and he's kind of being a dick and he doesn't like me anymore anyway. So it's like, okay, well, who's the next best thing? Jason. So, I mean, Valentin said it and got slapped for it, but it's so true. Carly needs somebody to warm her bed. Like,
she does. And I mean,
Britt be damned, but I don't think Jason's going to reciprocate this time around, or at least what I hope, because they did so much to build up Jason and Britt, and they're really a good pairing. And I really like, especially him and Ulbrich kind of mending fences and her talking to him. And that was just such a good conversation there. Like what she said about, people think strong women don't have feelings. Like, and it's like, yeah, like Jason and Britt makes so much sense. And it's interesting to see Britt sort of be in that Robin role, a little bit of irony there, but it works. And it's the most I've liked Steve Burton in a romantic storyline for a long time.
Yes.
Because like I love him and Spinelli. I love, a lot of things, like even when he was over at Y&R, the stuff with Paul and with Ray Wise as Ian, like, he does some stuff so well, but as far as the romantic stuff, I know people were always fans of J. Sam and Liaison. Not really my cup of tea, except that first time around for both of them, where it's just like, there's just such a bad, taste for some of the Jason stuff, because it was just pitting these women against each other. And a lot of it was a little bit icky. This feels like a reset, and I hope it doesn't get backtracked by Carly's incessant need for Jason.
I know, and I'm trying to figure out where this Austin character is going to fit in, because they're not playing him at Liz. They're not going that direction. They completely just like, I'm like, are they going to put him with Maxie? I'm like, are they going that direction? And I don't know, because him and Dante so far are fighting back and forth on who he is. But
I know, they're doing the Kim test there.
Yeah, they sure are, aren't they? It's like, because as you and I both know, the real couple is Michael and Chase. You know, that's the real couple.
Oh yeah.
You know, that's the real couple. But yeah, I was just like, okay, they're moving him around. He's meeting certain people, but him and Dante and all those scenes, which I just don't care for Dante. All these scenes together. But I'm like, so it's not going towards Liz, or they're not going that direction.
Yeah, I will say they've done more with him and Maxie, and that's interesting because it is like, where does Maxie go after Peter? And it's not like, that wouldn't work. And another thing that I know is that he is supposedly Jimmy Lee Holt's son, and so he'll be a Quartermain, and he'll be involved with the Quartermain story with Valentin and Ned, and that's the thing, is there's a lot of stuff they're setting up, but one thing I'm noticing is like they just I don't know where Sam's gonna fit in, and certain other pieces where you're like, because they've certainly switched around a lot more Austin and Dante versus the Sam being involved in a lot of it, and I mean, because putting her with Dante was a thing, but I don't think it went over as they thought, like with Jason and Brett.
Right. And Sam's a bad friend anyway. I mean, with her and Max, those scenes were just cringeworthy. I'm just like, one of your best friends just went through a horrible, and yes, she's lying to you on some level, but still, you don't know that. Like, come on, girl. You're being a horrible friend. I'm like, she doesn't have her baby. Like, come on, people. So I'm just like, Sam to me is the most ruined character on the show. I don't know what they're going to do with her. I mean, I when I see her on screen, I'm like, oh, okay. And I used to like Sam, and I like Kelly Monaco, and but just the character itself is just so ruined to me.
Yeah, I mean, it's time for a break at least. I mean, because again, if you're gonna put Lulu off canvas, you can put a Sam off canvas too. I mean, Alexis has 2 other daughters that even she likes better. So.
Oh yes, and folks. Okay, everybody on the show, not everybody on the public, but the show, Brett and Jason just kind of got together, and everyone's in their business. Like, what's your intentions? What's your intentions? It's like they had sex a couple of times. They were on the run. They give them a chance to, settle it back in Portia. She's back as chief of staff. Give her a chance to kind of, and say with Portia and Curtis. I mean, Stella came back and was like, okay, bitch, let me see what's going on here. I mean, that's what I love about Stella, because she don't mince words.
No, yeah. She's like,
like, nope. She's like, nope, you're not going to do this. You'll leave it alone. But then you also got like the Sean thing happening over here. And then you have Taggart somewhere over here. And then it's like, it's all these black men running around. I'm like, what's going on? What's going on with Jordan? And like, what's going on?
Yeah, it's funny. Like, they've really worked on Jordan. I do agree that at least she wanted to resign. It was a little odd for Laura to be like, okay with that. But like you say, I'm really excited about Portia and Curtis. And it was so on Stella to do that. Yeah. So it didn't bug me because it fit. Yeah. And that's how she is, because she was like that with Jordan. But now she's all like Jordan, because she's just very protective of Curtis. And that's cute. And I love that she was sort of there, because it made total sense for her to be there. And I love the, budding relationship with Trina and just that whole little dynamic, and with Taggart. But I like with Jordan, I would actually kind of like to see her and Taggart get closer, because they've mentioned it numerous times, all the secrets and they were only friends. But to me, they're both kind of going to be around each other a while, with the fact that this is going to trial with Cyrus, like he was having to stay with her. There's so much they could go with that, so why not? Because I mean, I actually liked the idea of Jason and Jordan until he was with Britt too.
Yeah, I know, me too. Yeah, me too.
And we're gonna keep Jordan around, so why not? But then we've got Sean over here, but Sean and Alexis, I mean, it's not like they weren't a couple.
I know, with that co-ed library. Okay, I'm trying to give myself belief on that.
I know it's so unbelievable, but like this is one of those storylines that I'm glad they're finally telling it, and I do feel like we're actually going to get somewhere with it.
Yeah.
But where does that leave Nicholas? Like, selfishly, I like Nicholas is being a piece of shit, and I don't like it. Not because I love Nicholas, and especially Marcus's Nicholas here with Ava. But what he's doing to Sean is so wrong.
I know. But okay, so but now I would ask you a question. It's not Ryan, is it?
No, I honestly thought it was Spencer. Yeah, I thought it was, but it may not be. I mean, because I keep thinking we're going to get Spencer back because we need more young guys. Like, yeah.
I wonder who it is. I'm like, that's not Ryan, or it's somebody who wants to. I mean, could be working with them, so to speak.
Could be Hayden too, but like, as far as I know, I've asked and I've asked and I've asked that. As much as like the stuff has been set up for Liz and Finn and other things, it's like, I don't think Rebecca Budding is coming back anytime soon. But I do know, like, I think that Cameron Matheson is possibly going to be tied to this somehow. So who knows? Maybe they're just really keeping it under wraps because they're setting up where it could be Hayden too, because it was then switched to Nicholas. But yeah, it's like, they sort of set it up to be Spencer. But again, just like certain other things, like stuff changes, people's availability. But yeah, like I haven't heard any rumblings of Rebecca, but I have heard that they're looking to recast Hayden's mother, and that may have to do with like Violet and Finn and.
But because I watched the All My Children reunion on E, and the road, whatever they did, do something they're doing on the road trip thing, whatever they're doing on there, and it was Rebecca Budding was on there, so it was good to see her. I was trying to. Okay, so we have the whole Finn Violet stuff and Elizabeth. That's all tied to Hayden on that end. Then you have that Sean didn't shoot Hayden. That was a whole lie.
Yeah, she's mentioned so much in a way.
Right. But then you have Ava and Nicholas, and
Nicholas is the reason she's gone, so she has every right to hate him. Yeah, and he's the one who actually shot her. Yeah.
Yes. And they kept mentioning, and Ava said, your ex-girlfriends. And she said, Britt, which Nicholas, your boy Nicholas, stood up for Jason, and Britt was smart. She was just like, that's right. So you're right. They keep mentioning exes, Hayden's. So I thought it was Spencer too, but I'm thinking maybe it's both of them together.
Yeah. I could see that because it's not like they weren't close and they could be doing this together because Spencer was mad at Daddy for marrying Ava, Hayden's, and that would be fun. This story is a little icky as much as I love Nicholas and I love Ava and I like that, but it's like Nicholas did some bad shit. And so he's got to pay somehow, but we don't want him off the show, especially if Laura's other kid is coming back, Lulu, and certainly not, who knows? Maybe we could get Lucky too.
I would love to have Lucky. I would love to have Lucky come back. I think there are certain characters that are missing that could be used.
Yeah.
But then you and I both know this. They have to actually be used. They have to come back and be useful. And I'll take short term if it was like 6 months or whatever. I'll take that if it's good story. Days of Lives does that.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Days is really good about bringing people in and out. Like,
definitely. So I'm like, we want to do that, and kudos to our buddy Wally Kurth doing both shows. He's on both shows right now. There was a scene on Days of Our Lives, folks. You guys, it was hilarious with Judy Evans, who loved.
I love Bonnie.
She liked my comment when she said that one good eye. That made me laugh so hard.
We laughed so hard because I had made a joke earlier about like, oh my God, how can Patch be judging with that one eye? And then she said that, and I was just like, oh my God, I love it.
So those guys were asking you earlier. Wally Kurth is nominated for Days of Our Lives. He was nominated lead actor, not nominated for General Hospital and supporting. He was nominated for lead actor in Days of Our Lives. For mostly, I think it was for Adrian's death, which were amazing scenes. They were amazing scenes. So we love Wally. So we wish him well. He's living the best. He's been living his best.
Yeah, he's so good. Oh, that reminds me though. Did you see? Because I saw it because somebody sent it to Wally on Twitter, and it was Peter Bergman in Soap Opera Digest. They asked him who he would like to work with that he hasn't, and he said James Patrick Stewart at first, and then he was like, "Well, and Finola, and Wally, and Roger," and he was naming a lot of General Hospital people. And it was just like, that's interesting because he's another one of those people that Y&R isn't using. And wouldn't it be great to see Peter Bergman come on to GH as a doctor? I mean, maybe he's Liz's dad. Maybe that's our Jeff Weber. Because I loved Y&R for the longest time, but it is just really, they are really underutilizing their actual talent these days. I mean, and it's so confusing. Like it's like the stories don't make sense.
Yeah, I love Peter Bergman.
I was like, oh yeah.
Oh, I would love that. I mean, I would love to have him come on. I mean, the whole Jeff Weber thing needs to happen anyway, and him and Monica should get together. And all it should be a whole thing going on there. Because remember, Elizabeth mentioned her dad not too long ago, and not in a flattering light. She's like, "Yeah, we're not close, whatever." It's like, I was like, okay, but you mentioned it. But yeah, no, it's
MacGyver.
Yeah, right, you bring guy on MacGyver, right? I love that. So yeah, they're just so they're not. But yeah, I thought, and you mentioned a little earlier that I do want to mention this before I forget it. That Liesl Jason scene was amazing.
Yeah,
our girl Kathleen Gotti just once again knocked out the park. And
I'm so glad they're using her and the mending her relationship with Britt, because that was something that Kathleen told both of us that was her least favorite part about the character was how she was mean to Britt.
Yes.
And they've become so close, and like that scene's so good.
Yes, it was so good. Oh, gosh, she's so good. She's good. And my favorite friendship. And I really do want to stay as I know it's gonna, when it all comes out, it's gonna blow up. But I like the friendship between Brooklyn and Valentin. There were some really tender scenes that happened this week. That was like, because they were kind of always jokey, friendly, but you got to start together.
Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah. So I mean, because she belongs with Chase, that's another story. And
he belongs with Anna. I mean, and I like that they see that in one another.
Yes,
they do. He was being there, and like they just. It's really mature, and I think it's maturing Brooklyn, just like taking care of the baby. Yeah,
it is. So I didn't know that. This is great. I mean, this is great. I just think that there's the two of them talking honestly, and she really does. And Amanda Seton is so good.
I love her.
She really shows when he's talking. She conveys that she gets it. He really does. He's really a good father. He's a really good father, and he actually has been there for her. Like he's been there for her. And when he said, "Let's be friends," that's one of my friends. She's like, "Yeah, maybe we were friends already." Whatever. Like she started smiling, like, "Yeah, we are kind of like we are friends. I mean, they are friends on some level." I mean, he's fine.
Yeah, and that's what I like about like how they've kept them is that look, they were two people who were looking for something, but neither one of them is in love with each other. But they have this mutual respect, and like she said, he is a good dad, and that's what she was going to use. But you see her sort of having this guilt about it too. The layers of this relationship, and it is unfortunate that they weren't honest with Valentin, and he's going to be connected to this child without knowing all the facts. But at the same time, it's just like this really is a story that I didn't expect to like as much as I do, but it's really doing well in all aspects of like the angst for Maxie and Brooklyn growing up, and with Valentin, everybody's seeing him, and you see the Quartermaines kind of like having him and Charlotte there, and that's what's mentioned. And Olivia's like, the baby can bring two people together. I mean, they're kind of Kim testing Olivia and Valentin, and I like that.
I know
because they're both funny, like they're fun actors, and I'm like, I could see this going at some point. But like the friendship between him and Brooklyn and this whole thing, and I do wonder what is all going to happen when the truth comes out that it's Louise, because Valentin's going to be hurt, but I don't see him going too dark because I think they've decided that they're going to keep him around.
Yeah, and I think they're going to know that this was done for a noble reason. This wasn't done. Yeah. It was done for Peter, because Peter and Valentin already feels guilty about being, for Peter. So I think you're right. Yeah,
he's going to understand more than most people would.
I think so. I think so. He'll be sad, but it'll be painful for him when it finally has to go back to whatever it is. But I think he'll get it. Don't you think Ned should be back in by now?
Yeah, I think it's a little weird that he's not there because I mean, how much more hilarity would ensue with Ned and Valentin who hate each other? Like,
I know. And they kind of mentioned it a couple times, like, why aren't you living here? Like, why, but I'm loving this little mini Quartermain-esque stuff that's going on in the house. And
yeah.
But I'm telling you, my revelation this week was Valentin and Brooklyn. I thought I like them. I do. I think that they're really. I almost wish they had a baby together. Like I wish they almost had one because like it's really showing how close they can be and how she is maturing because of this. But I think her and Maxie, they'll become friends. They'll become really this whole experience. It's gonna be like remember we hate each other because they're so funny talking on the phone. And she's like, come over here. Remember we hate each other. Why would you come over here?
Yeah, she's like, we don't like each other. Like that was funny. She's like, that would be weird. Yeah,
we totally weird. Like, why would you come over? So I think that's that kind of stuff was so good. You mentioned a little earlier the Laura Jordan thing. I love that Laura is just involved in everything. I love that she is just, she's nominated for a lead actress Emmy. Well, 3 of them are. The Emmys are this. Oh, the Emmys are this Saturday. This Saturday, yes, or Sunday. Saturday, Sunday.
I think it's Sunday, but I'm like,
Sunday.
I don't know.
Yeah, so Sunday. So they're gonna be virtual again, unfortunately. And so she's up for she's doing great work. I'm just curious with this whole. Now Cyrus is gone. Will her and Martin become close?
Yeah, and I do find that it's interesting that was even mentioned, and I would like to see that because I love Michael Knight, and it's like why not have more of him? So, and it's not like he's a bad guy. We've not portrayed that yet, and he's Valentin's friend, like, and there's some camaraderie there. He's getting to know people, and it's always nice to see him with Kim Delaney.
Yes. Where is Valerie? Who knows? Apparently she's still on the force.
She moved to forensics. They mentioned her, but
here comes Frank. I gotta apologize to Frank. I think he read online. There's what Lee Majors. It makes me laugh every time. Let's see if Frank.
I was like, oh, Frank's coming in.
Coming in. It's coming in loud and clear.
Oh, we did it, everyone.
I'm so sorry, Frank. I posted. It was still 1:00 on our thing, but I posted 2:00. Yeah, I'm having a hard week, so.
No, don't worry. I thought it'd switch. I was like, all right, I guess we're going at 2. So
look at your hair. It looks nice. Happy Father's Day.
There you go.
Happy Father's Day, Frank.
Look at that.
Oh, well, look at me.
Look at that.
I did it, everyone.
Hi, Frank Moran. Happy Father's Day.
Thanks, you as well, buddy.
Thank you. You guys do anything today so far yet, or no?
I just had some donuts.
Donuts. Your donuts.
Yeah. There you go.
From where?
From a place that I love in New York.
Did they get you good donuts? Yeah.
Yes, they got me some from a place I love in New York, and they brought them in. So that was very nice.
Really?
Nice.
Wait, what is it?
Donut Plant.
Oh, I have to write that down. Okay.
Oh yeah, I love donuts. So.
Yes. There's it's like on 34th and 8th, I believe.
I know what that is. That's Midtown.
Okay. So good. Okay,
I have to keep that in mind. Okay, I'll write that down. Keep that in mind. I love that. That's good. Like good. Okay, yes, good. So Michael Beerbody, it was I posted a week ago. We'll be on at 1:00 because it's Father's Day and I have some things going. I lost my stepfather this week, so I'm dealing with that right now. So we're on early. But then yesterday, I accidentally, again, I've been grieving, going through some stuff. I put 2:00 by accident, so we're on at 1. So it's my fault. You can all yell at me or whatever. I had a long week. So that's just how it is. I had a long week. So, but I'm here. Luckily I'm here today. Trust me, I almost canceled everything, but I didn't cancel it. So it was me. We talked a lot already about some stuff. But I want to get Frank your take on a couple of key subjects we talked about already.
Yes.
Lacretia gave us. She had me laughing earlier and stuff.
Oh yeah.
I have you crying.
You're crying.
Yeah.
I'm like, so Peter on a slab. In a freezer. Peter in a freezer. What's going on there?
Oh, that's great. Just perfectly big enough freezer to comfortably hide a dead body, which is what you're looking for.
That's how you test out a freezer. Yeah.
Yeah. In an old abandoned elevator shaft.
Yes.
That Olivia Jerome used and for
the
Griffin. Yeah.
It goes down to the basement because of Helena Cassadine. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
You know, it's as much as I always love a good location shoot for GH. Love it. Yeah, but there is like zero, like why they continue to try to make people think that this roof is a hospital roof.
I know.
It's crazy to me.
I agree. Everybody kept saying, you saw a glimpse of the LA skyline. I go, well, it was quick. You didn't see it fully. They had the shots they're shooting down on it.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like, even if it's, all right, I'll forgive, we're seeing the LA skyline. Just the amount of heating and AC units and all this stuff on top, like how easy is it to actually transport a patient that's landing on whatever helipad that you have to crawl up a ladder to get to? There's not any sort of convenient hospital.
So most people, if you don't know this already, most hospitals who accept patients from helicopter, it's mostly flat. There's already anything up there. There's a helipad area. It's there so you can transport. There's not all these things, bumps and things up there. It's very, very, very wrong. So everybody mentions that. So, but see, Frank, they try to go outside.
They try to go outside. It's like, would it have been hurt? I mean, I don't know. There's got to be. I guess they tore down the hospital that Scrubs was using. So I was like, use their
Yeah,
roof.
they did. Yeah, I remember that.
Oh yeah, yeah,
because they had the perfect roof, like because it was a real hospital, and there used to be a children's hospital. I remember shooting something at that was in use, but yeah, I mean, I'm guessing because it's so much cheaper just to use where they already are, but.
What about like the Chicago MD set? Or I'm sure that's at Warner Brothers, isn't it? Or maybe they shoot in Chicago.
Well, no, it's in Chicago. All the Chicago stuff is,
They're in Chicago. But, Prospect Studios, they got stuff over there. They can't find a roof.
That's like, well, and there is like a hospital close by there, in Burbank.
Kaiser? Isn't it not Kaiser? It's what else? You're right, some over there. So I don't know. But anyway, that's their production value, not us.
And the just a really great hidden door for the service elevator. Oh, that's great. That was.
And Liz talked the super spy out of looking in there.
Oh yeah.
No, it's closed off. There's no access. Can't possibly do that. No way. But also speaking of location settings, the great, I don't know if it's like the break area for Prospect Studios.
Yeah.
where Gregory, hangs out for some coffee and just chats about Chase. Like I was looking at that place, like, it's not the park. But boy,
the park, your favorite with the chain fence and the bench and our bench.
Well, remember the production office? They use the Helena voice in.
Yeah,
there's some funny little tidbits, if you know
They're trying. We're shady as Shady Sundays. So we're always shady. Yeah. They're trying. They're trying to do a little difference. How do you feel about them getting? I asked Lacretia the same question. Getting rid of two big villains, same week, because basically they're both gone in quotes.
It's a bummer, and boy, with Cyrus, which I feel like he can come back at any time.
Oh yeah,
but boy, this time, they're really making it like everything you ever had on nobody. Nope, we're cutting off all your roads of escape. So that's it. Sorry, you got to go now. It's one of those where it's like, you're really leaving the canvas, so we can't. It's not like a Valentin who's got, they give him wiggle room so he can, because he's staying on the show. Right. So he's got to have some way to get out of it, whatever jam he's in. Like this one, nope. It's like what I love about soaps is like when we want to give you a way out, we'll give you a way out. And when it's time for you to go, we'll close off every single aspect and avenue you get for safety, and you're out.
Yeah. It's so interesting. They could use CGI. That's really funny. I know they could do green screen, something, I don't know. A good thing. And how are you feeling about, Frank, Carly and Jason? Are they getting together for the sake of the mob? Will they be getting married? She gave side eye to Britt. What's going on?
I guess Carly's always gonna look down on anybody that shows any sort of interest in Jason at first. I mean, and then grudgingly accepts Sam. But yeah, I mean, it's just irritating. You know, I mean, I guess you have to have a reason for Carly to stay in the mob. So you've got to set up that whole dynamic now. So it's like it can't be just so easy. It's like, oh, I'm just go back to the Metro Court. Jason, this is yours now. So Carly as mob boss is going to continue for a while, which is cool. I'm fine with that.
I don't mind that part of it. Yeah.
I don't need a marriage of convenience though between Jason and Carly. That like, let's not go that route, please.
Because I did say a while back, I said Carly's not gonna give up this thing too easily. She's not gonna give up the power just because Jason's home. You know, she got a little taste of it, and I think she liked being in charge a little bit. So I was going, okay, well, that hurts her. That's an obstacle for her and Britt, obviously. I mean, you know, Britt, because even though Britt did help Jason, she did appreciate that. She was a means to an end for her. You know, that's Carly is. I feel like people keep jumping on Carly. I keep saying Carly's always been who she's been. That's the one thing. I mean, that's the one through line is, and I think we can all agree on that. Carly's always been who she is. Like she's always.
Yeah, Carly knows herself, and Carly, for all her faults, is, you know, pretty self-aware, and everyone sort of gets to call Carly out, even though she may not suffer consequences right away, like some people would hope. But it is a character that you know who she is. It's not like a Willow where they try to play this angle and it just doesn't go over because we all have eyes and ears and brains. Mm-hmm.
I would say, Frank, did you fall asleep during the Willow and I'm just like her marrying raccoon face Chase, because you know I thought they just made his eyes so like raccoon like apparently. That's what make him sick. I was just like.
It's so terrible. And it's not.
Oh, yeah.
I have zero invested in this relationship. I mean,
he's gonna live. He's obviously gonna live. So now
and her face when he was going to live too, it's just like, wow, try to hide that, bitch. Like, oh my God. You've been like, and this is where I say, Caitlin, you're a good actress. This is not on you. It's the character that sucks, but why don't you go find a better job like the other people that played shitty characters? Like,
it's just
you deserve it.
I know, because like she was just like, he's gonna live. Like her face was like, what? He can't live. I gotta go back and be with Michael. I got a family.
I mean, even that stuff like, Michael, my hands don't work. Can you put the ring on her finger? Like, of course, we're gonna rub more salt in the wound of this terrible storyline.
Well, the thing also too, you have Finn and Anna looking at each other across the room. I thought, aren't they dead? I'm like, shouldn't Finn be with Liz and Anna be with Valentin? I'm just like,
oh yeah. Why
are they still playing that? And like, I miss you. But like, why do you miss her? What the fuck? I mean, I don't get it. I'm just like, no. Yeah. Don't make this impromptu wedding this huge thing, all these couples.
Well, it's frustrating because they waited so long. I mean, the whole Anna Finn storyline was botched so terribly.
Yeah.
That you know that I have zero investment in them as a couple. So now, like the marriage didn't happen. I don't feel bad about it. So it's like when I see the characters supposedly pining for it, then I'm like, oh, why? Nobody seemed to, you guys weren't in any rush to get married. I mean, I think Chase showed you how quickly a marriage can happen. That if you guys really wanted to get married, you guys could have done it a long time ago.
I know.
Well, and to me, why did they really get married? That's one of the more, like, it's confusing and dumb and just, like, unbelievable as a lot of the storyline has been with Michael, Willow, Chase, and thank God Sasha's doing better with Brando's baby over there, and no longer part of this train wreck. But it's just like, why didn't you just do a pretend thing like they did with Luke and Laura, as we talked about earlier? It's like, why did we really go through with it other than, he's going to live and now we're going to have more angst just like before? We're literally redoing a storyline no one wanted.
Yes.
And also it's really weird. They make these choices that are really strange. So we have our new bromance that's not happening, obviously, with Austin and Dante out in the woods. And I love why didn't you tell me there was stuff out here and he tripped or whatever? It made me laugh. Dante. But Dante insists on going down in the well of the opening first. If you don't trust him, why would you go down there? He could cut the line or whatever. But it turns out he may have found homegirl. So Maxie's plan is unraveling, obviously. But it's so funny because it's all for a noble cause. Like her plan is unraveling, but it's because no one knows where Peter is. It's like, Liz, you guys are holding. You guys need to tell people. People didn't know Peter's dead. I mean, I know you're trying to hide it, but it's like people are still all these resources and no one just say he's dead and people can be fine.
Yeah, I will be.
Yeah, I don't get that.
Like, yeah, once Finn now injects Chase,
right?
Like there really is no reason to keep Peter's death a secret anymore.
No, and as you know, Frank, it turned out Finn is not the father. Thank you, Maury.
It was one of those who were just waiting. At what I was really hoping, as soon as they said, "You're now man and wife in the chapel," that somebody was going to bust through the doors. The test results are in. But yeah. I kept on waiting. When's this going to happen? When's this going to happen? And then, sure enough, much later, when it wasn't as cool, Finn runs out of the hospital room.
But I'm so glad. I'm like, thank you. I don't believe this.
I figured, yeah. I knew Cyrus did it. Yeah, it's like, why not?
It was Cyrus, but Chase flatlines. He's not going to die, folks.
No. Yeah,
don't worry about it. He's not going to die.
They're not going to kill off Chase. There's too much drama here. I mean,
yeah, I totally agree.
Give it up for Cyrus, though. Super motivated. It's not like he's just going to fake the one DNA test. He's going to find out where else in the world the second test was sent to and lock that one down as well. I'm like, all right. Okay. Nicely done, buddy.
You know, Cyrus, he was pretty good at screwing people over. Like, got to give Homeboy some credit. That's why it's like, it's at least believable. They're trying to cut off everything, but this guy's charismatic and, like you say, very motivated. So we know he can get on. Yeah.
Yes, I know. I love it. And we got. So, who do you think? I asked the Lucretia earlier. Lori, you're confused. I'm confused. I wrote the wrong time. It's my fault. I made the mistake. Frank,
James,
do you think Spencer's behind this whole Ryan thing, or somebody else? We know it's not Ryan. It can't be Ryan. I don't think it'd be Ryan.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like. I mean, I feel like at this point it's either Spencer or Hayden. So
yeah,
as she said.
Yeah. I mean, it would be great if it were Spencer. I mean, it does seem a little dark for Spencer, but I guess if he's still nursing a grudge about his father, faking his death and not telling Spencer about it. I mean, Nicholas.
And we thought it'd be both of them. Like, I mean, working together because they were close too, and it's like, yeah.
No, that's very true. I mean, it's kind of a dark turn for Spencer, but all right, let's see what happens. But if it means that Spencer is back on canvas, and for an extended or hopefully just as on a regular basis, I'm for it.
Well, Spencer's a Cassadine. It's time to go that direct. He's always teetered that line of being a Cassadine and a Corinthos Corbin, I guess, because he has him and Sonny were close too. So he always tiered that line of going that direction. He's not a Laura, whatever her original last name was. Now he's not really close. That's Nicholas is part his mother. I always feel like Spencer isn't. Spencer has the propensity to go the other direction. I've always seen that. I've always seen that.
Well, they even set it up, even like when he got burnt and he was going after Emma and Cameron, and that's where I'll say that they've set it up for Spencer to have a dark turn.
Oh yeah, I think it'd be great. It'd be great if it skipped generation and went to him. I would love that. It would make sense. Now, Nicholas Bechtel, who played Spencer, he's like a young man. Have you seen him recently? He's like a young man now. Like he looks totally different.
I know.
I wonder if they could bring him. They could bring him on now. I guess as him or recast. I guess I don't know.
Yeah, I would say Maurice's son Joshua would be a great Spencer if we can't get Nicholas. Yeah.
It's just it's tough to see why Spencer would want to go to PCU, but I'd be down for that just to mix up, the Trina, Joss, and Cameron dynamic. It's just I'm tired of that trio and just the storyline dynamics between them. So mix it up with adding Spencer into that.
Yeah, and I feel like Spencer's the only one going to survive because as we've seen with Oscar and Dev, you got to be connected really to survive that. Because like at least we got like with Trina, she's Taggart who's on the show, but with poor Dev and Oscar, it's like we really, even though Oscar was technically a Quartermain, they just, they were jet set on telling that story, I guess.
Well, they killed Quartermains like it's for breakfast.
Yeah.
Over there anyway.
Well, we got a new one.
You got a new one coming. I guess other ones. But no, I think Spencer coming on would be great because again, I'd love to have Spencer and Trina together, almost like
yeah, that would be fun.
Nicholas and Gia, kind of almost a redo of that. And then, but having Cameron and Joss kind of little like maybe a little jealous about that and have something, you know.
Oh yeah,
that'd be kind of fun. And and side note, folks, our girl Brooklyn Ray Silzer is 16 now, looks amazing. She's like a young lady. If you don't follow her already, she is like they grew up so fast. Our girl Eden McCoy graduated high school, and she's
18 now.
18. We had her. I mean, she was like a baby, like years ago. She was a baby. She's 18 years old. I love her mom, Natasha. They're great people. Sidney Michaela again is 18, and she's going to college. It's like they're all growing up. They're growing up in front of our eyes. I love it. They're growing up. So
I mean, I'd be down to I mean, have Brooklyn come back and play 18 because I mean, it was always the Spencer, Emma, and Cameron thing.
Yeah.
So it'd be great to have
and Jocelyn. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that would make total sense. Like it'd be great to see both of them. And like we say, if Nicholas isn't available because he gets tons of work, you know, Joshua, Maurice's son, would be a great Spencer. I think he's got the look. And like the Spencer Trina thing, wouldn't that be fun because of Ava and Trina's relationship, her sort of being all judgy, that being a real thing with because Spencer's a bad boy and Ava's so motherly to Trina.
Yes, that could be good. I know it'd be good. So I'm just like, there's potential. So that's good. Your girls on Stella came back, Frank, and was telling everybody the business.
She was like, that's why you bring Stella back.
Right, Molly and TJ. She was like talking to them about their relationship. She kind of went off on Portia, left her in the dust, and she's trying to help Jordan. So how do we feel about that, Frank?
I mean, I do like seeing just the contrast of Stella and Jordan's relationship from when she first popped into town to now. I mean, there's definitely been a nice growth, and it's great to see them have scenes where it's just not Stella constantly just, undercutting her or being snide.
True.
But they actually have a genuine care for her. So that was really great. But I mean, Stella thinks she knows what's best. So whether it's like TJ, what are you doing talking to Sean? What kind of I do like the idea. It's like, what kind of relationship can you have with a person that's in prison? Stop him from going.
Right, exactly. It's so funny because first of all, I have to get over the whole co-ed library thing.
Yeah.
Having a hard time with that. It's a little too much for me. But I'd like Sean back on the canvas, and I'd like to see it really go further. And I think, keeping Nestle Grant on and having her still in the canvas, because we're wondering how they're going to do that with her being in prison. I was saying this earlier. We got Taggart over here. We got Donnell. We have Curtis over here. We got Sean over here. But then we got Jordan, Portia. There's Alexis, could be in there somewhere with Sean, maybe something there. There's a bunch of things going on there. So it's all these different players. I'm really curious. And Trina and Kirsty getting closer. So are they father and daughter? There's a whole bunch of stuff that's out there.
It is interesting. I mean, I would love to see a Sean and Brad scene, but that isn't come our way. So
yeah, I know. Right, I know.
I mean, Brad can't get that special library access, so it kind of.
No.
But I'm down if this. I mean, it gives Alexis something to do, which is great. There's a reason for the character to be in there. But I feel like if you're going to pursue this, it's got to end with him getting out. Because what's the point? Yeah. You got to give Alexis her hero moment.
Right.
She's been down in the dumps, so you got to have her get some sort of win. And having Sean back in Port Charles, free would be fantastic.
Well, yeah. Well, again, he didn't shoot Hayden, so
yeah.
And this is where Nicholas looks like crap, like here. And I love Nicholas, and I don't want him to see him go anywhere. But dude, you did it. Like, and he just keeps covering it up. So it's like, where does this leave him? And certainly his relationship with Alexis when she finds out.
Yeah. And the one thing we did talk about yet, we ain't got there yet because we're getting towards whatever. Nina tells Wiley, "Granddaddy's alive." Now she didn't say it like that, obviously, but she did tell him. This who said, what was it, 6 months ago, "You're not my real mother." You're going to tell him that your grandfather's alive somewhere. How many do you want to bet? I bet on both your lives it's going to come out that he's going to say something.
Oh yeah, like Wiley is definitely going to say something, and I just got to say this is one of those where, as much as I think GH is miles ahead of Y&R, and it has been really good. One of my major complaints is they had this opportunity to reboot Nina, or at least go back to the Nina that was the fun, crazy, like a little bit whether she's good or bad is irrelevant. It's more like interesting and not pathetic. And as cute as I think Cynthia and Maurice are, and like the little stuff there, this is just, I mean, are we sure Nina and Willow aren't related? Because they're both a little bit pathetic and ignorant here. And it's really bad to watch Nina just like still be so pathetic when we could have used this opportunity to give Cynthia some much better material that we know she can do, like, a la Annie Dutton and Guiding Light, like, go that evil crazy that we saw in the Nina character when Michelle was playing her. I mean, it's another waste of a powerhouse actress just to sort of still have her be pathetic when she could be like mulling this, holding this over Carly, being a little bit more, take charge in this situation. As bad as it is, that'd be way better than her kind of being pathetic about it. And then to just immediately rush over there, go to Wiley. You're not seeing growth here, and it's really sad. And just to divulge all that, even though he understands you to a degree, like, what the hell? Like, this is another one of those things. It's like, why? What are we doing?
And of course, you got Mike at Frank's favorite bar and restaurant, the Tano. We're gonna get you there, Frank. You're going to the Tano. You gotta have a drink and then some meat. At the clam chowder.
Sunny sauce.
Oh, sunny sauce. We have sunny sauce, Frank.
Great. Like, what are people going to discover first? That Wiley knows the deal about Mike, or that somebody's going to eat some of that sauce and realize?
And then this could only be Sunny.
Sunny sauce. It tastes so familiar. Yeah, it's and so everybody's like, well, when is he gonna go to Port Charles to look for her? I was like,
and it's like, can we not have a scene with Mike and Phyllis without it being about like Phyllis pimping out the Nina Mike relationship? It's like, it's impossible. It's just like, hey, we're talking about like the business doing better, and Lenny's listening to me. He's got some heart problems, but he's home resting. But you're not gonna be here anymore because what about you and me? Like, come on. That character is just like, that's all she talks about, and it's just so terrible.
Yes, I know.
But to go to what Lacretia was saying is that I feel like because everybody comments about how long Nina's been gone, and for months.
Yeah, they all mentioned.
It's a shame. And it's great if she came back and had a different mindset, a different was acting differently. But which could happen if the storyline that she'd went off to be a part of was actually something that helped push that character and made her a stronger version of herself. Like this storyline that she was in Nixon Falls was awful, and it did nothing. The whole Sunny / Mike thing, it's a terrible thing to put the Nina character in, and it's did nothing to make her a better version of herself or a stronger version. So there's zero growth, like Lacretia was saying, when she pops back into Port Charles.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting to see how they much further they're still doing the storyline. So, but to bring Nina back for this part of it is very interesting. So I feel like they're trying to lead us back to Port Charles. Or she goes back. They kept saying, "What's in Nixon Falls? Like, what's there? Like, why you've been gone for months?" Like, Matt's like, "You've been gone for months."
Yeah.
She didn't check it.
Yeah, and that was weird. Yeah.
But I'm already not looking forward to the days / weeks where once the truth about Mike comes out, that we have everybody gang piling on Nina about this.
They're going to.
Oh yeah.
Those scenes are going to be exhausting.
I did love and laugh whenever she saw Valentin with baby Bailey, and like it was like, oh, yeah, that was pretty funny. Yes. Like, because again, I really wanted more for Cynthia, and for them to give Nina a different direction if we were going to keep her around. But it seems like no, they're jet set on making her. Her and Willow both just so pathetic. It's like no one can root for these characters, no matter how good the actresses are. It's not their fault.
I agree.
One scene I did really like this week though was the scene with Brooklyn and Chase at his hospital bed. I thought That was great. And I mean, let's fast forward through all this crap with Chase and Willow, and let's just see what could happen with Brooklyn and Chase.
Yeah, because Valentin talked to her about that as well. Like he could tell she's into Chase just like he's into Anna. And that was a good scene as well, because it was sort of building upon that. And yeah, I mean, because I think most of us have wanted to see Brooklyn and Chase for a while, because it's like free Chase. I mean, Michael and Willow are fine because, like I said, it's phone time. It's when they infect the other storylines that you're like, no, thank you.
Yeah. Even like Brooklyn catching herself and apologizing when she's like, that was a cheap shot to Valentin. Just those moments, even with Brooklyn and Valentin, I agree with you, Lacretia. I thought that was a really great scene between those two characters as well.
That was a great scene between those two.
Mm-hmm.
But I think Endgame is going to be, it's going to have to be Chase and Brooklyn, right? That's Endgame, right?
Yeah, it's got to be.
Yeah.
I mean, they did so much to set that up.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I said that's Endgame. That's those. Even though I never guessed that when she was talking about it, because I kept being arrested by him, and I mean, it was very understated performance that she was giving. It was like she wasn't over the top. She was just quiet talking about him. She looked so sad, like really sad, and her voice would break. And I just thought, Amanda Seaton again, just welcome back, girl. I mean, Rihanna Lane was great, and she's also nominated for an Emmy.
Yeah,
for a role for it. And she's great, but I'm just like, homegirl did a great job. She's doing a good job. I mean, she's back. She's back, bitches. I like it.
Yeah, I'm really no rush to have Valentin have a diminished role at ELQ. I mean, not that we've really seen him do anything. We just know the company's doing better, but I still want him heavily involved with the Qs as long as possible.
And I think that's sort of the thing, is like Austin will kind of come into that mix. But it is interesting to see Valentin even make the comment, yeah, I'll give you the shares, no big deal. But do you really think they're going to vote against me when it's doing well? Like, he did bring that up. It's like, it is up to a vote regardless. So
yeah,
it is. And he did. He's like you said, he's doing well. He's like, he's doing okay there. It's like, he's hanging in, he's making it work. So I don't know. It should be very interesting to see how this all plays out, because like I said, a lot of this was done for a noble cause. Someone was asking me earlier, why did Brooklyn do it? And it's like, well, Brooklyn did it because she wanted to get the EQ stack. She made it very clear why she was doing it.
Yeah.
So I don't know why people are confused by that.
We've always understood the motivations.
Yeah, I've always got it. But it just happened, as we called it early. Maxie's pregnant too at the same time. Like, we knew it was going to happen. We knew it was going to happen. It just worked out. All these babies. And now Sasha, she's pregnant, and her and Brando are doing everything. And now, should Brando join the organization?
He's got a family to worry about now.
Yeah.
You got to just work at that garage. Don't you think about getting involved in this life?
And I love me some Gladys. Gladys is so trash and so awful, but it amuses me because she just pokes at Carly, because she's Carly in 10 years.
Yeah, exactly. So exactly. I love her too. Now, here's my question is, so there's an outside force. There's another force coming at the Corinthos family. So who is it?
I don't know.
They mentioned.
I know it seemed like they were talking about one of the five families was kind of testing that.
Which of course,
a
lot of Ryan's hope. They thought that immediately. But I'm just wondering if there's speculation that Austin could relate to them, but then I heard Jimmy Lee Holt situation that he'll be a Quartermain. So, but they Cameron.
Yeah, and I think that's sort of been confirmed. But with Cameron Matheson, I do feel like he's got to be the new villain. But where does he fit in? So yeah.
Well, they've talked about him being Drew, as the last thing I read.
Also,
I mean, I'd be down for a Drew Kane recast. I'm absolutely down for that.
Me too. I'm totally down for that also. I'm just trying to figure out who should he be with, because Sam's tired. Unless they have chemistry.
No.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
It's
no.
You both said it. Lacretia came back for that one. She's like, no.
Yeah, I was like, oh.
No, we cannot. No, I can't. No, don't do that to Drew. They just cannot saddle him with the same character again.
What about Drew and Liz?
That one seems kind of, certainly they have Franco in common, which could bring them closer together. But I don't know if there's just like too much history between them to make that work, but maybe. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I guess you also, until Chase and Brooklyn, something happens there. I mean, Brooklyn's, no, they're related. So no, that's weird.
Oh yeah. You have to come with the relations. Okay,
yes.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Because like that scene, like as soon as Sam calls Maxie, and then cut to Dante walking into that house, like that scene, I just immediately was like, no, please stop this.
Yeah, we mentioned that earlier. We were like, hey, you're a bad friend, Sam. You're a horrible friend, first of all. Even I know, yes, Maxie's lying, but you don't know that, and it's like, you're just a horrible friend, and you haven't really been there for you. You claim you're trying to find a child, but you're like questioning her in this weird way, and it's like, and being insensitive about it, and
it's just like, it's just any scene between her and Dante is just, it's just terrible. It is just terrible.
When they were trying to get Austin, I'm like, I don't know. I'm just like, you guys are trying to tag team him, make him bad. Yes, he is a little suspicious. Possibly could be suspicious, but I don't think it has anything to do with this. I just don't think he does. I just don't. He could, but I just don't think he does. I think it was Peter.
Yeah,
rented the place out, got the chick, and that was it. I mean, he just happened to be there. I don't think he happened to own the place. I don't think it's going to be. No.
If you're going to bring back Dante, which is great, and I'm glad they did, but I think he really needs to have a storyline of his own where he can be the hero of it. I don't need him. He can pop in other storylines as his role as police officer, but let's have him actually, if he wants, and if they want to give him a police-related storyline, great, but let's have it be like a positive police storyline, because I'm really just tired of everybody just, crapping at any member of the police force. Like, why are you here? Just like, let's be excited to have Dante back. Let's give him something to actually do instead of just everybody, coming into the room and yelling at Dante for
doing his job. Yeah.
I don't know. This show, it's funny. I think it was like a month ago. It was must-see television. We just couldn't get it, and then sometimes it goes through these. I know all subs go through waves, but some weeks are a little more painful than others to watch. And we're just shady enough to tell you what we think about it. So, and so Twitter, always bonkers. Always. So, it's always a trip. And something came out today. Somebody is claiming something about a Y&R actor. It's very big.
Oh, yeah.
Nelson
I saw that.
I was like, and I know some behind the scenes about some stuff about that too, but another story that I can't tell on air. But everybody, we're gonna end the show because I gotta go. I got things to do. Father's Day. It's Father's Day. I got stuff to do with my family. We're gonna celebrate the life of my stepfather who's not here, and the rest of his fathers are here, so we're gonna do that. But we're back next week. Next week are the Emmys. So next Sunday are the Emmys. But we'll probably be on a little earlier because I want to be able to watch the Emmys live and see what happens. And then my Emmy special will probably be the next. I got to contact everybody for the Emmy special for the next night. But go ahead and watch. Lacretia couldn't make it this time, but go ahead and watch our nominees special. Me, Jerry Wagon, and Walker. It did really well. So thank you guys for almost 1,000. Thanks for guys for watching it. So, but yeah, make sure you check that out and see our predictions. And then afterwards, we'll see if we're right, like we did last year. But everybody, happy Dad's Day to all the fathers out there, stepfathers, foster fathers, adopted fathers, father-like figures. We see you, and thank you very much. Frank's a father, I'm a father, I'm a grandfather. I'm getting pictures of my grandchild right now to me. I'm like, I'll look at it later. I'm doing the show. I'll look at my grandbaby. So but thanks to all you guys for what you guys do all year long. Being a father is not easy. I'll tell you that, it's not easy. A lot of emotions. Look at Frank. Frank's like, it's easy breezy. I'm like, exactly. I cry every other day, Frank. I had 2 girls. You have a girl. I know it's like. And yours is just beginning, Frank. You have no wait till you get to preteen. Ooh, 11, 12, 13. Ooh, yeah, good luck to you. Lacretia was a girl, so she'll tell you.
Oh, yeah. You're the worst. And some women never grow out of that age either.
I know. So good luck, Frank. I'm telling you, I made it to the other side, but I'm telling you, it may not be easy. It may not be easy. But But we're fathers, and that's our job. But everyone, so Frank, tell me they can find you on the social media so they want to follow you in your donuts.
Yeah, follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Happy Go Jackie.
And Lacretia, do your thing.
Since I'm Lacretia Lyon, guys, you can always find me at LACRETIALYON anywhere on the internet, since there is only one.
And we do. I look at once in a while. There's no other ones. And of course, we're on JLJ Media. Subscribe. I have over 35 shows. Please check one of them out. Just check them out. But thanks for making GH Mix Spotlight the #1 show, audio and video. I'm just floored. You like us. You really like us. So thanks for watching us and listening to us. We're on every streaming search you can think of. Also have 2 new books out tomorrow. The Claws, the series, the book, and also Magnifier. The Magnifier book 3, both are coming out tomorrow on Amazon. You can order them, watch them, listen to them, read them, whatever. They're really just like $4, $5. Go ahead and check those out. Those are out tomorrow. And our audio dramas, which Frank's on some, Lacretia is on one. Just check out JLJ Media on the audio space platform. Forever and a Day, The Easter Hare, Cupid's Crossing, Mistletoe Row. They're all out. Fairview Heights, Manchester Avenue. Check them out. And see what you think. They're nice. They're all quick and easy to listen to, and they're a lot of fun. And Forever and a Day just went back to their. I missed you the other night, Lacretia. Do I just see you for a minute?
Yeah, you saw me briefly. Yeah.
Briefly. So yeah, they're filming season 3. They're already doing season 3. I have Frank for a couple of things coming up, so that'll be coming up to you for that. And so yes, exactly. I like his voice. We're gonna work that out. But check those out also. Audio dramas are a thing, folks. Check them out. And tomorrow is the Capital City Web Award nominations coming out. Yours truly is reading 7 of the categories.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So they Anthony Anderson asked me to read them. So I know who's nominated in 7 categories. But they'll be out. But I'll be out tomorrow. And see if I'm nominated or if my shows are nominated tomorrow. We'll find out. I'm a Capital City Web Award winner. It's over here. That little thing way over there. It's over there. My mantle. Nice. I won Best Series, but I did submit. So we'll see if any of our JLJ Media shows get nominated. Everyone, please take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. Don't be a douche. Bye.